Well, hi, everybody. My name is Venus, and I am very, very honored to be spending some time with you today. By trade, I'm a teacher, and I'm also a coach. And so I just want to talk to you today, just like I would my students. We are all human, right? Okay, so I'm just going to chat with you a little bit. From what I understand, you are getting ready to start a really fun chapter. You have worked so hard. Believe me, I work with students day in and day out, and I know how much you have to give up in order to be successful in school. You've probably given up fun time with your friends, perhaps time with your families, and I know that you also have probably given up sleep as well as maybe some of your healthy eating habits, right? Um, I just want to commend you. And I know that you've been thrown for a loop, just what you've gone through the past few months, that things didn't probably go as you've planned. Yeah, I have learned you can plan and plan and plan, but sometimes life just doesn't go that way. It's a good lesson for all of us. You know, we'll be talking about leadership today, but leadership really is about changing and adapting, having a contingency plan in your back pocket. And sometimes you might not even have a plan because what came at you or can come at you would be something that you would never expect. Okay. As we talk today, I just wanted to share with you a little bit about leadership. I've had the opportunity to lead organizations, lead people, and teach people about leadership. And you may not feel like the next step you're going into is exactly leadership, but leadership really is a lot about influence. And believe it or not, you're influencing people all the time. You may have even already been influencing people today, whether you've been around your friends or your family, you have influence. Something that I live by, and I believe it was said by Henry Cloud, but he talks about the wake. So it's summertime or almost summer, feels like summer, and there is think of boating. And when the boat goes through the water, it leaves behind it a wake, right? And so depending on how fast or slow the boat is going will determine what type of wake it leaves. I like to think of us as the boat as we go through life. And this is what Henry Cloud refers to. After people have been in our presence, they will be left feeling something. So just like a boat goes through the water and leaves a wake behind it, after people have been in your presence, so when you're getting ready to meet with the public, after they spend time with you, they will leave feeling something. Will they be leaving feeling heard, feeling understood, feeling accepted, feeling welcomed, feeling like they just met with somebody who cared? As a teacher, I can tell you students do not care what I have to teach them until they really know that I care about them as a person. And that is going to be a key component as you start to build trust with these people that you work with. These tips that I'm going to give you are also very good tips in just living life in general. There have been times when I don't have my stress in check and I'm tired, and I can tell you the wake I leave behind me, the way that people have felt, because stress not only attacks us inside, but we show it on the outside as well. And unfortunately, sometimes that comes out to our coworkers, our families, our close friends, and sometimes it can come out on the people that we're working with on a day-to-day business or basis, right? It could be people that we're dealing with out in the public. It could be our customers. It could be our patients. So we want to be really, really mindful of that, of what type of wake are you leaving behind you, okay? So I'm just going to give you a few good tips when it comes to leadership and influence. Again, these are not only to be used in the workplace, these are to be used in life. First and foremost, good leaders lead themselves well first. You've probably all heard the saying, you can't lead from an empty cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. I have no doubt, like I said, you guys you've been stressed, had lack of sleep, you're maybe not eating healthy foods, maybe you're not even taking time to exercise right now. And unfortunately, that adds up over time. And I know you might be saying, like, I don't even know how I'm going to find time. And I get it. But I want to encourage you to lead yourself well. Because when you lead yourself well, we all have stress. But when we lead ourselves well, we can sometimes manage through it better. We show up better. For me, I know when I get stressed, when I get tired, I need to take some time in the quiet. And that might be 5 minutes in my car. It might be a 5-minute devotion that I download from an app, or a 5-minute meditation, right? So to lead yourself well, what does that look like? Maybe it is yoga. Maybe it is meditation. Maybe it's getting out and running or walking. Maybe it's fishing. Maybe it's just sitting and reading a book. I don't know what that is. That's for you to decide, because how I lead myself well would be different for you. But really spend some time of like, how can I take care of myself? How can I make sure somehow that I'm getting a good enough sleep? That I'm fueling my body with foods that bless it, that make me feel good and help me show up well. I've been in busy seasons where I literally would have natural almonds. You could use salted. I'm not going to go with almond, something that if you can't get food in your belly on a regular basis, at least to quickly put a few of those in your mouth to help keep you feeling full, okay? Lead yourself well so that you can lead others. Secondly, we want to look at building a foundation of trust, okay? As I said, in order for people to know that you care about them, you have to build a level of trust, because they're going to be sharing some very private information with you. How do we build trust? We listen. See, this is, a lot of people, when they think about leaders, they just think of people standing up there and talking. But actually, when you look at servant leadership, that starts with listening. Some of the best leaders I know actually talk last, okay? So when you listen, you're going to listen without distractions. We live in a very distracted world. This phone that I'm talking into, the noise, people, music, all that's grabbing for our attention, right? And so do your best to remove distractions. And then you listen. And you listen not only for the words that they're saying, but you listen for the words that they may not be saying. Did you know that over 50% of the way we communicate actually is with our body language? Is there somewhere the words that they're saying maybe aren't matching with what maybe their hands might be saying or their face might be saying, right? So not only listen for what's being said, but listen for what is not being said. After you listen and listen and listen, you want to ask questions. And not just any question. You want to ask good questions. Because if you ask bad questions, you're probably going to get bad answers, okay? Ask questions to seek clarity. Ask questions to dig a little deeper. Ask questions to make sure you fully understand. Because at the heart of people, I'll tell you what, they just want to be heard. People just want to be heard, okay? So make sure you really fully understand. Next, calm, right? I have no doubt you're going to hear some things from people at times. Welcome to life. There's all different kinds of people out there. But great leaders have a way of just having a sense of calm about them. No matter what the other person on the other side of you might be saying, maybe it sounds a little funny to you, right? People want to be not only heard, but they want to be accepted, okay? And then last, after you get through all that, then maybe you'll think about talking, right? These are great leadership skills, like I said, and they're very simple. We like to make leadership very complicated, but it's not. It really isn't. So as I mentioned, lead yourself well. Listen. That's a key component in building trust. Ask questions and ask really good questions. Remain calm, that calm, beautiful demeanor. And then the number 5, after all that is said and done, then you speak, okay? Wishing you all well. I don't know you, but I can tell you, I know of people like you. I know of people who have worked so hard, and I'm just imagining that's where you're at. I'm rooting for you. Your education is something that nobody else can do for you. You've done the hard work, and I want to wish you all the best as you go into these next steps. So I'm cheering you on. You don't even know me, but I am cheering you on as you move into the next chapter of your life. May you make an impact. May you leave people feeling cared for and understood and accepted after they've been in your presence, leaving a very beautiful wake behind that boat, that experience that they've had with you. I'm wishing you well. Good luck.